Welcome to my channel CA Gayatri's Academy, and today we are going to do the difference between resignation of a director and the removal of a director as per Companies Act 2013. So this distinction is very important for our examinations point of view. Let's start with the topic. So difference between resignation of a director and removal of a director are as per Companies Act 2013. What does it say is okay. So first the criteria is resignation of a director and removal of a director. Definition. Resignation, when we say the director of a company wants to resign from the post of a director, so it is a voluntary act where a director steps down from the office of the post of director, right? So it is a voluntary act on the part of the director himself. And removal of director, involuntary action where the company removes a director from office. So the difference is what, जब एक कोई डायरेक्टर खुद अपने वॉलंटरली अपने ऑफिस से वो हट जाना चाहता है, दैट इज अ रेजिग्नेशन. और रिमूवल जब होगा, इनवॉलंटरी एक्शन, मतलब उसका कोई अपना इच्छा नहीं है, इसमें वो कंपनी उसको रिमूव कर रहा है फ्रॉम द पोस्ट ऑफ द डायरेक्टर फ्रॉम ऑफिस, राइट. सेकंड, गवर्निंग सेक्शन, सेक्शन 160 of the Companies Act 2013 governs resignation of a director, whereas for removal of director it is ruled by the Section 169 of the Companies Act 2013. So 168 of the Companies Act is the governing section for resignation of director, and 169 is removal of a director, where the director is removed by the company, okay, from the post of director. Then we have who initiates the process of resignation. The director himself submits a resignation to the company that he wants to resign from the post of the director in the case of resignation. And when it comes in the case of removal of a director, the company shareholders initiates the removal process. The company, that is mainly the shareholders of the company, wants to remove a particular director from the post of the director, right? So initiation is started by the shareholders in the case of removal of directors, and in the case of resignation of directors is by the director himself. Okay. Approval requirement. Okay. No approval is required in the case of resignation of a director, but resignation must be submitted in writing. Yes. But the resignation that the director wants to resign from the post of a director's office, he has to submit that in writing, right? But no approval is required for his acceptance of resignation. And removal of director requires a special resolution in a general meeting. Yes, only a director can be removed if a special resolution is passed in the general meeting just after the removal of the director from the post of a director. Company's responsibilities. What does the responsibility of the company arise when, in the case of resignation of director? The company must file form number DIR 12 with the registrar of companies ROC within 30 days from when the director has submitted his consent that he wants to resign from the post of the director, and on the from that day 30 days, within 30 days the company has to file form number DIR 12. The company, and in the case of removal of a director, the company must send a notice to the concerned director and give an opportunity to be heard. Yes, now the company of responsibility कब क्या होता है? If director wants to resign, then the company has to send to the ROC within 30 days of its resignation letter or resignation submitted in written form. 30 डेज के अंदर DIR 12 को सबमिट करना ROC के साथ. जब ये रिमूवल ऑफ डायरेक्टर हो रहा है, द कंपनी मस्ट सेंड अ नोटिस टू द डायरेक्टर कंसर्न, जिसको हटाना है, एंड गिव एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू बी हर्ड why he has done particular deed or what is his response to why the reason why he is being removed. उसके लिए इसको सुनने उसको एक opportunity of being heard will be provided to the concerned director. Now, what is the responsibility of the director himself? अब जब कंपनी का responsibility DIR 12 करना form with the ROC. Similarly, in the case of resignation of a director, he has to resign. The resigning director must also file form number DIR 11 with the ROC as an additional safeguard. ठीक है, additional safeguard के हिसाब से DIR 11 उसको submit करना ROC के साथ. And the removed director may contest the removal. Yes, he can say or he can come up with the case that why I have been removed. So he can contest the removal in the case of removal of a director. The director's responsibility. Effective date. The date mentioned the resignation letter or the date of receipt by the company, whichever is later. अब जिस दिन resignation letter दिया है उस date in mention the resignation letter, और when the date of receipt of the by the company जिस दिन receipt किया है उस letter को resignation letter को दोनों में से जो बाद में आ रहा है which is coming later will be the date of effective date of resignation of the director. And in the case of removal of a director, date on which the shareholders pass the resolution for removal. Okay, special resolution have to be passed, and that date on which the shareholders pass the resolution for removal will be the effective date of removal of the director. Applicability to different directors applies to all directors, including independent and non-executive directors. Yes. सब डायरेक्टर्स को ये अप्लाई करेगा रेजिग्नेशन जो केस है इंक्लूडिंग इंडिपेंडेंट एंड नॉन एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर्स ओके if any director is non-executive that case also he will be included. And in the case of removal of a director cannot remove a director appointed by the tribunal. NCLT अगर कोई डायरेक्टर को अपॉइंट करेगा उसको रिमूव किया नहीं जाएगा. Or if a director is appointed under the principle of proportional representation, अगर कोई proportional representation के केस में कोई director appointed है या कोई tribunal ने किसी director को appoint किया, in that case it will not be valid for that person to be removed from the post of the director. Okay. Legal consequences. The director remains liable to acts committed during his tenure. जब तक वो डायरेक्टर के पोस्ट में था उसके लिए वो भी जो भी उसने डीड्स किया है जो भी एक्ट्स उसने किए उसके लिए he will remain liable to those acts committed by him during his tenure of directorship. In the case of removal of director, the removed director may take legal action if the removal was unjustified. अगर director को feel होता है on his removal that it was not legal, so he can take legal action if the removal was unjustified. Okay, so these were the distinctions between the resignation of a director and the removal of a director as per Companies Act 2013. Thank you.